Hello everyone, my name is John from Vulgar Kitten Studios, and what I'm going to do now is talk about beefing up our security majorly. Now this is something that you are going to want to read up some documentation on, but I'm going to leave that to you. We're going to install a plugin called Ninja Firewall. And the reason that I say that you want to read up on the documentation is just because, it's a free solution and it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around what's actually going on. And it does modify server settings, and once you start migrating this to another server, you're going to have to change a couple of things, which I'll show you how to do that in a later video. However, for right now, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and search up Ninja Firewall. And there it is, so we'll go ahead and install now. And it's got to download the package. Go ahead and activate the plugin. And now we're going to go ahead and go into settings, and here is where it gets a little bit tricky. So go ahead and read through this. I'm not going to do it, but let's just go ahead and say enough chit chat, let's go. And now it's going to try to rewrite our htaccess file, as you can see, in order to hook your blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, so it's telling me because of the Apache 2 handler, I don't need a PHP INI file, so it's not going to create one of those for me. However, if you are on a public server, odds are you're going to wind up getting a PHP INI file. So in any case, we're going to go ahead and apply the changes, and now we're going to go ahead and test, and it's all enabled. Okay, so yes, I know I have a private IP address. That's all well and good. But one of the really useful features of this is it actually has logs, so we can go into the firewall log, and anytime somebody makes like a questionable request to your server, then it'll actually flag that IP and put out a log and state exactly what they've done. So that way you can kind of monitor your security a little bit better. So let's go ahead and actually open up a terminal, and I'm going to go ahead and sudo, and now I'm going to nano var www WordPress public HTML dot htaccess. Alright, so now we have we can see where our Ninja Firewall has added stuff to our htaccess file, and that's fine. And we can actually start modifying this file ourselves a little bit. And one thing to note is in the htaccess file, if you use a hashtag, that's a comment. And just a little insight on what an htaccess file is basically an Apache attachment that you can put inside of a directory and add custom rules and things, so that anytime Apache goes into that directory, checks the htaccess file, and then does whatever it can based on those rules. And that's not recursive. I mean, if you have an htaccess file in a directory and then you have another directory below it, you can also have an htaccess file in there with its own specific rules. Now, don't go like buku's crazy with this, because if you do have an htaccess file in every single directory that you have, it can slow things down a bit. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling about that, and we're going to go ahead and start on a couple of things. First of all, I want to start, let's see, deny access to files. Yep, so I'm going to use the files command, or the files directive, files with a capital F, wp config.php, and I want to go ahead and end that, so files, and I want to order allow deny from all. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this does. First of all, let's go to WordPress /wp-config.php. We'll see we get a white page. Now, somebody using a plain text kind of browser could probably actually extract your WP config information from here, which has all of your database passwords and everything, and can really do a lot of damage, because this WP config file is extremely important to the WordPress installation and holds all of your critical data. So we want to go ahead and try to put as many layers of security as we possibly can on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and Control X, Y, Enter, and now we see we get forbidden. Okay, so that's good. And also with those firewall, or with the firewall IPs that it flags, what you can do is you can actually do a limit. Let's go ahead and do limit get post, and go ahead and end the limit. And I'm just going to put a comment up here and say begin IP blacklist, and if I could spell it right, end IP blacklist, like so. And then we'll order allow deny, and then allow from all at the end, but we can also deny from certain IP addresses. So let's just deny ourselves real quick and see what that does. So we're going to deny from there, and now anywhere we go on the site, we're going to get forbidden. Okay, so we know that that works. Let's go ahead and allow ourselves back in, and go ahead and delete this. And like I said, there is a whole host of IPs that you'll probably wind up getting back from Ninja Firewall. So what I like to do is just take out those and review them a little bit and see which ones I don't like and put them in the blacklist. And I have an exhausted list of IPs that I just always go ahead and block. Some of them are just search engine bots, but either way, I don't want them eating up resources on my servers. So I just deny all these blacklisted, or all these IP addresses. I'll go ahead and put a list of these IP addresses as well in the description. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of these out, and let's move that back over here. Control Shift V, X, Y, Enter, and let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, so everything still works good, but now we just have a little bit extra security, and we're going to continue to add even more layers of security on this, just because the fact is that WordPress is very popular, and it's open source and available for anyone to review the code, and it's commonly hacked. So that's why we want to continue to add as many layers of security that we possibly can to our WordPress site. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.